What's up, Bucs broadcasters? We are here for the most exciting episode of the Bucs Bros podcast since we've started. It is Super Bowl week. This weekend is going to be Super Bowl 55, the Kansas City Chiefs versus your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It has been 18 years since our last Super Bowl, and this is one of the most exciting times to be a Buccaneers fan. We are riding a 7-game win streak, which is the longest in franchise history. We are coming off dominant performances in the playoffs against rivals, the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. This is a great time to be a Bucs fan. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look back at our preseason predictions, how many wins and losses we were all expecting, what our favorite moments from the playoffs were going to be, and what we're most looking forward to going into this weekend in the Super Bowl. So let's get over to Bryce and go with what his preseason prediction was for the team and how he feels so far.
Hey, Buc Broadcasters, I can't believe it. We're here. We're here, and it's Super Bowl Sunday coming up in Tampa. First team ever to be the home team in their home stadium for a Super Bowl game. Man, what a freaking season it has been. But, yeah, I mean, going into it, I think we all had positive vibes once, Tom Brady signed aboard. And then we got the likes of Gronkowski. We brought in Antonio Brown midway. But I think I had us going 13-3, if I remember.
Bryce has us at 13-3, limping in on a loss.
And, we didn't quite get to 13 wins. We didn't quite win the NFC South as I was expecting. But nonetheless, double-digit wins. First time since 2010 that we've had double-digit wins, and the first time since 2002 that we won a playoff game. And we all know what happened in 2002, fellas. I believe we took home the Lombardi Trophy that year. And, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's bring this one home to Tampa Bay, right?
I mean, it's been a season for the ages, really. All kinds of records being set. You got Tom Brady throwing for 40 touchdowns, most in franchise history. Best season since 05 when we were 11-5, our first playoff win since the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just been great to be a Bucs fan. It's been great to be a Tampa sports fan. We thought we had it good with the Lightning and the Tampa Bay Rays, but the Bucs are just keeping the ante up, and here we are at the Super Bowl 55. I didn't think we were going to make it. I had us at 12-4, and then I have us at 12-4 with a little bit of a rough patch between weeks 8 and 12. So I was the most conservative. Closest, we were 11-5, but I didn't expect us to be at this level, especially facing the competition, like you said, John, the Saints and the Packers. Did not expect the Bucs to be here. Just excited to be here, ready to get the Super Bowl on. I'm ready to hear some freaking cannon fire at Raymond James Stadium after the Bucs win. What do you guys think, man?
Yeah, absolutely. The cannons have to be a must for me. Home team, home Super Bowl. If they don't fire the cannons, they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, screw this whole neutral field crap. We got the home game. Sorry we're the first team to ever do it, but that's awesome. That should be like something that they should be like, yeah, man, you get rewarded. Fire the cannons, man. Fire them all day.
And I think it's just a Tampa Bay thing, or maybe it's a Tom Brady thing, because when the Vikings almost hosted a Super Bowl, they did tell them that they could blow that stupid Viking horn in the event that they scored. And now because it's us, everybody wants to cry about it. I'm not saying it's a double standard, but it's a little bit of a double standard.
It sounds like a double standard. I'm with you.
I know going into the season, I had very lofty goals for the team. I had us going 15-1.
John has us on a 14 game winning streak at the end to go finally 15-1.
Which, looking back on it, I stand by that assessment. Many of our games were lost by less than one score. We could have easily been 15-1 if it were not for that one Saints game. However, I was just informed that this weekend could be our 15th win, so I stand by my original prediction of 15 wins. We're going to beat the Chiefs by 2 scores and get to that 15th win. I'm locking it in right now. I'm sticking by my 15-win prediction. And
yes, sir.
I love it.
This was the season we deserved. This was the season Tampa Bay fans deserved. We have suffered through just god-awful garbage from the Rays first few years to almost all of the Bucs years to get into the World Series, to win in the Stanley Cup, and then to play a home Super Bowl. This is exactly what we've deserved, and it couldn't have come at a better time for people who really needed something to enjoy and some hope. This has been a great year for me.
Yeah, and I'm especially happy that NFL and is going out and giving out free tickets to those first responders and medical workers who have been so vital the past year and a half for the society. Seeing some of those videos of the calls that they're getting to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, what could be better, man? It's all hometown heroes, right? That go watch our Bucs for free, bring home the second Lombardi Trophy. So really, really nice gesture there, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for a better cause. And plus, the added benefit is it's going to be loud in that stadium. You better believe there are going to be Bucs fans there.
Yeah.
A little bit of that home field advantage we're all looking for. If we can't hear some cannon fire, maybe we'll hear some Bucs chants. Maybe a little bit of Tampa Bay. That's what I'm looking forward to as well.
We're coming off an incredible streak in the playoffs. Glossing over the fact that we were a wild card team. We were the fifth seed. We had to go in and win a wild card game. Now we're in the Super Bowl. We had to play an extra game over some of these other teams, especially over the Kansas City Chiefs, and some incredible performances. What was some of the best things that you saw so far in the playoffs there, Ryan?
Well, I mean, for me, the playoffs have been a dream. The best moment I can think of is just at the end of it, when everybody's celebrating. I remember, I was watching a video, you see Mike Evans and you see the whole team just come together and be really lifted by their spirits. Levante David's jumping up and down, As you pointed out, we went through some rough periods, and there have been guys who have been here for, 8-9 years who haven't even tasted the playoffs. And to not only win a playoff game, but win playoff games on the road every time, and to culminate in a Super Bowl trip and a chance at, achieving your ultimate goal as an NFL player, it's got to be pretty special. So to have those guys go through, what we went through as fans, and go through all those teams and all the turmoil and all the coaching changes and all the different quarterbacks, to finally have a team that, represented in the playoffs, and not only in the playoffs, but now in the Super Bowl, can't beat that feeling. Can't beat that feeling as a fan, and as a player, I imagine would be even more so. So really happy to see LVD and all of those guys, get their due and get this opportunity.
Couldn't be happier for those longtime Buck players like Levante, Mike Evans, even like JPP's been on the team for 4 years. And, I remember, I think I saw something with him saying, it's been 8 years since he even been back to the conference championship game, right? The craziest thing was, it was just as important to Tom. You could see the elation that he had as it was for these guys in their first time in the playoffs, right? So I think it's been a magical run for the entire team. And I think the entire team can feel the confidence going into this game. My favorite moment, comes a little bit earlier in that conference championship game. And it was right before halftime. We had just intercepted Aaron Rodgers, Sean Murphy-Bunting with his third pick overall in the playoffs. Set us up near midfield. We had just didn't convert that third down, and we were going to bring out the punt team, and it looked like we were going to go into half up 14-10. Bruce Arians decides to go for it instead. We drop a good play to Leonard Fournette, and we got 1st and 10 with about 8 seconds. I don't think any of us, anticipated. We're all like, yeah, they're going to throw maybe a 10-yard route to Godwin, or, maybe a dump off to Fournette, or something that's along the sidelines to get us an extra 5-10 yards. But no, Tom Brady steps back, throws a deep bomb, and you're like, what are you doing? And then you start looking like, oh, Scotty's out there. Oh, Scotty's out there. Oh, Scotty's got it. No!
Bro, I remember us going crazy at John's, man. It was crazy.
Then we were all going crazy, right? And that really, what a throw, what a play call, changed the entire game there, in my opinion. So we go in up 21-10. Then, we get that second half fumble and then a touchdown to even bring momentum a little further. obviously got a little closer than we wanted, but I mean that thing was the epitome of like this season, right? No risk it, no biscuit, as Bruce Arians always says, and that right there was the epitome of no risk it, no biscuit. And so for that, man, I'll always remember that as we continue our championship run here in Tampa in 2020.
Absolutely. And watching that game with you guys was amazing. And watching Scotty Miller go out there and perform, and the performances that we've gotten from so many players. You know, think about that catch Tyler Johnson had. You know, just immaculate reception that he had, and you know, you get this play from um, Mike, you get play from Godwin, you get play from Gronkowski and from Brayton. Everybody has showed up to perform. We have two running backs who have almost equal number of carries, equal number of yards in the playoffs. They both look phenomenal, and that's really what you want to see, um, especially for me coming into a time where I was a little uncomfortable with Tom Brady coming in. A lot was made that this team was just Tom Brady. That was all it was going to be about, and rightfully so when you have the greatest of all time come into a new team. And that's why, for me, my favorite performance of the playoffs so far has been our defensive performance. To have a guy like Sean Murphy Bunting have an interception in every single game. First Buccaneer to start all three playoff games with an interception. I'm almost positive he's the first cornerback to ever start all three of his playoff games with an interception. Just dominant performances. We saw one of our best sack performances by JPP and Shaq Barrett against the Packers. That was what our best performance in a postseason game, 5 sacks, and
I
that's just
think the Super Bowl was the other one with 5 sacks, but yeah,
yeah,
tied
exactly.
tied for the best.
And so it was warming my heart to watch us shut down Drew Brees with 3 interceptions. I was getting shut down the vet vibes. It was taking me back to being a kid again. You know what I mean? And so that to me was the best performance, because we all know we can go out there and score touchdowns. We can run it up, but to see us shut them down on defense has been amazing. And so that has been the best thing for me, because growing up a Bucs fan, we were a defensive team, and to see that come to life has been phenomenal for me.
Amen. I agree with you. Heck yeah. And actually, with that, let's jump into it, man. We got a playoff run going. We've made it. We've defeated some great teams, like we said, and we're here. Super Bowl 55, Kansas City, coming to Tampa to face the Buccaneers. What do you guys think? What do you think? What's the key thing you're looking for, and then maybe a prediction?
For me, the key to the game is going to be in the trenches. With the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be missing several starting offensive linemen. At least their right guard and left tackle are going to be out, and I know they have some other guys who have only played a few games that are going to be in there. Meanwhile, we're getting stars back. This will be Vita Vea's second game back for the season. He looked great. Our pass rushes look dominant. I think as long as we can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, everything else will fall into place. Obviously, they have weapons, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, but I think every team we've played so far has had those kinds of weapons. I think really what we're going to need to be able to do is get to Mahomes, make him uncomfortable, without being able to roll out and kill us with his arm, because we know that's what he can do. If we can keep him in the pocket and keep him uncomfortable, I think we've got a great shot.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, John. That's definitely going to be an important part of this game. I've got 2 keys, one on each side of the ball. I think on the defensive side of the ball, I think we've been doing a great job of the bend, don't break mentality, right? Kansas City's going to get there. It's just they're too good on offense for us to shut them down completely. But can we contain Tyreek Hill and Kelce? When we get in within the 20, right? Can we? We've been a really good red zone defense throughout this entire playoffs. Can we stand and hold them to field goals? Because I think that will be key versus them scoring touchdowns, obviously, on possessions. The more we can hold them to field goals, or even ideally no points, but I think that's going to be key. Is bend but don't break on defense. And then on the offensive side of the ball, it's all about the run game, in my opinion, for this. Yes, we're going to throw the ball. Yes, Tom Brady is probably going to have decent numbers. But you know what? I think what's really going to keep Mahomes off the field is if we can sustain drives. And the only way you sustain drives is having a good run game. And I think with playoff Lenny and Rojo back there, those are guys who are going to get you 4 or 5 yards of carry as long as the line can do their job. Now, granted, Kansas City's defensive line is really good, and they are good at up front at stopping the run, but they're not a great run defense. I think they allow about 4.5 yards per game on average to running backs. So if we can maintain a run game and maintain drives, well, that just, one, leads to more points for us, and then 2, keeps Mahomes and that potent Kansas City Chiefs offense off the field. So those are my 2 keys to this game.
Yeah, man. I think the run game's going to be huge, but actually, my key is the exact opposite. I'm looking for the deep passes. I was interested to learn that Kansas City has the number 1 most effective pass defense on the long ball. So in this regard, it's going to be strength versus strength because, Byron Leftwich and this offense are going to take their shots. And I think to keep up with Kansas City, we're going to have to convert on some. So it's going to be strength versus strength. As you guys may know, in our first Super Bowl, there was also another strength versus strength going into that one. I think we all know how that ended up. I'm hoping for the same. It all comes down to this. I'm going to give my prediction first. I do agree with you, John. It's going to be a close game. I'm hoping that we come out way better than the 17-0 hole we dug ourselves when we faced in the Week 12. I think it's going to be a little higher scoring than that. I'm going to go out and say 35-31 Tampa Bay wins, bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Tampa Bay after 18 years.
I like it. What do you got, Bryce?
Yeah, it's a good prediction. Good prediction. I had to think really hard about this. This is a really going to be a really good game, really tough game. 2 really good teams. A lot of legacies on the line here. You got the GOAT trying to cement his GOAT status versus the up-and-coming wannabe GOAT trying to catch Brady. We've got a young defense ready to tear Mahomes apart versus a defense that is looking for their second championship in 2 years. And so all that hard thinking has led to me believing that the Bucs are going to win this by 2 fucking touchdowns. Okay? That's what's going to happen. I'm already calling it. I'm going to say Buccaneers 31, Chiefs 17.
Well, that is incredibly close to my prediction, and I love it. I love every bit of it. I also believe that this will be nearly a 2-score game. I've got the Bucs winning this 34-21 on the back of 4 interceptions by the Bucs defense.
Oh my God.
I think Travis Kelce gets limited and Tyreek Hill just gets eaten alive. He's going to go to that graveyard, not that island, like Carlton Davis likes to say. And it's going to be a long day for Patrick Mahomes.
Grave diggers, bro.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing a lot of celebrating come this Sunday.
Heck yeah.
So,
yeah, love it.
Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been our Super Bowl preview for the Bucs Bros podcast. We look forward to celebrating with you all come Sunday, and we expect to have a season recap coming up after the game. Hopefully, it's a celebratory one.
Pouring champagne, son. You know I'm going to be on that recap video. Woo-hoo!
Everybody enjoy the game, and as always, go Bucs.
Go Bucs,
Go
baby.
Bucs!
Set Drew Brees down. No more Drew Brees.
Set the breeze down. No more breeze.